Well, we're going to carry on now with an old song that Uncle Dave Macon recorded years ago, and I first heard it back in the 60s in Los Angeles, where I came up from the Jim Kweskin Jug Band. Hey.
That's the first time that happened. Nobody knows who they are in Ireland.
It's called The Morning Blues. 3, 4. I woke up this morning with a pain in my head, so I went right back to bed. The morning blues that make you feel so bad, they're the worst old blues that you ever had. I got the morning blues, oh so bad. Come and get me, mama, they're the worst I ever had. I've been in business, I've been in love. I used to fly high like a turtle dove. I had the blues many's a time, but just another girl on a poor boy's mind. I got the morning blues, oh so bad. Come and get me, mama, and the world to hurry. Nickels for the grease and a dime for the lard. I would buy more, but the times is hard. Ain't no use to me working so hard. I live off the chickens in my neighbor's yard. I got the morning blues, oh so bad. Come and get me, mama, then I was over yonder, he looks like he wants a marker. Look at that hair all around his back, like he's followed a mule, left the tail hanging out. Got the morning blues, oh so bad. Oh, come on, get me, mama, never was ever Thank you very much.
This is a song that was in my house on an old 78 record. We had as many, growing up, we had as many American records in the collection as we did Irish ones. And the Carter family were a big part of that. And this was on one of those records. You might know it. It's called Over the Garden Wall. Do you know it? Well, you might know it by the time we're finished. And yeah, if you feel like singing, by all means do.
G.
G. Oh yeah, sorry. My fault. Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. My love sat under a walnut tree over the garden wall. She whispered and said she'd be true. garden wall. She had beautiful eyes and beautiful hair. She's not very tall, so she stood on a chair. Many's the night I kissed her there over the garden wall. Over the garden wall, sweetest flower of all, and never were yet such eyes of joy you can bet. I'll never forget the night our lips and kisses met over the garden wall. There's always a will, there's always a way over the garden wall. There's always a night and there's always a day over the garden wall. We hadn't much money, but weddings were cheap, and while the old fella was snoring asleep, with a lad and a ladder, he managed to creep over the garden wall. Over the garden wall, sweetest flower of all, there never were yet such eyes of joy you can bear. I'll never forget the night our lips and kisses met over the garden wall. Sing it with me. Over the garden wall, the sweetest flower of all, there never were yet such eyes of joy you can bear. I'll never forget the night our lips and kisses met over the garden wall. Thank you very much. Julian.
This is just, there's not a whole lot that I can say or know about this tune, except that it's nice and simple, and I likes it. It's called Julianne Johnson. No.
I think I learned this next song from an old recording of Jean Ritchie's, and I learned it, and the boys learned it yesterday. So let's hope it can all hang together. It's about a man who loved a woman, but the parents didn't accept him. So they locked her in a dungeon and kept her as far away from him as possible. So he went off to the war, and like in so many other songs, after 7 years, I don't know what it is about the 7-year thing, and it might have been the origin of the 7-year itch, I don't know, but 7 years he came back and she had died in the dungeon, and so it's kind of sad. So, now, 1, 2, 3. Courted her by day and I courted her by night. I courted her for love and her love I did obtain. You'd think of any reason I'd write to complain. But her parents, they came for to know. They said with their daughter, go. They locked her in a dungeon and they kept her most severe. I could not enjoy the sight nor the company of my dear. So away to the wars he'd go to see if he could forget his true. Thank you. We have a great Irish troubadour in our midst. His name is Fintan Vallely. He's a flute player, writer, scholar, and
Singer.
A singer too. Hello, Fintan. Hello, Fintan. Can I praise you any more than that?
was the Highlander Summer School in Tennessee, where the gospel song originally then became a civil rights anthem here in a second life, and then in a third life it became incorporated into the Irish civil rights movement in 1968, and then in the fourth life, 15 years later, there was things started happening in Ireland, and I was writing kind of parodies and satirical songs at the time. And what happened was the statues began to move. You may have read about this in the newspapers. I think statues also moved and bled here as well, but they only moved in the south of Ireland, not the north. People said they were afraid to move in the north. You'd be seen if you moved and you would get shot. But so this is the story of the moving statues. Nobody knows why it happened, but there was a mania for about a year. It finally ended when a couple of fellas attacked the moving statue with hatchets and lump hammers and smashed it to pieces. And they were in court about a year later. I don't think they were ever sentenced, but I think they were found to be insane. Attacking a statue in Ireland is something. Obviously, you were insane. But this is the story of the moving statues. So it's all true. But that year it rained for I think 366 days of the entire year in 1985. A lot of strange things happened. There was a referendum on divorce the same year. There was a referendum, all sorts of things sensitive to religion at the time. So you probably all know the chorus here, but it's slightly different. We're on our way to freedom, we've nothing left to lose. Fed up with adoration, to move is what we choose. It's like a Friday night in Glenamady when the statues move. For we are the statues, statues on the move. We're the moving statues, movement on to move is what we choose. It's like a Friday night in Glenamady when the statues move. From outside every chapel, perched on altars and on walls, from roadside school and mantelpiece, we've answered all your calls. We're sick and tired of working at psychiatry. We want to be free. We all want to be free. We're the moving statues movement, and we move that we be free. We're sick and tired of working at psychiatry. We want to be free. For years yous foolish people have flocked in hordes to Rome, to gape at shameless lazy lumps of marble, brass and stone. Come to us just paint and plaster, but we bleed, convulse and low. We're Ireland's holy show. We are the Irish holy show. Just one mention of divorce, our tears begin to flow. Come to us just paint and plaster, but we bleed, convulse and low. We're Ireland's holy show, but with some cooperation we'll contort to your command. But we want European clothes and mittens for our hands, indexed linked to nations, central heating for our stands. Those are our demands. There yous have them, those are our demands. Grant them, and the moving statues move to your command, indexed linked to nations, central heating for our stands. Those are our demands, for we are the statues, statues on the move. We're the moving statues movement, and to move is what we choose. It's like a Friday night in Glenamady when those statues move. Hey.
Brilliant.
Play something serious.
2 and 3, yeah. So we're going to keep Fintan up here. What?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. And he's going to pick up his licorice stick and join us for a couple of reels. The Sligo Maid, and what's the second thing?
Kiss the Maid Behind the
Kiss the Maid Behind the Barrel. 2 fine maids.
It might be the same. One and the same.
So will we lead off with the...
Oh, yeah. But like a
That's the note.
Fintan.
Can we keep you, Fintan?
We were talking today in our singing workshop about this next brand of song, about the test that men would put on that have disappeared again for 7 years, and they come back to see if the lover was true while and faithful while he was away. So he'd go to her in disguise and pretend that her lover was dead, and to go with him instead, kind of thing. And usually she passed the test, and they all lived happily ever after. And thankfully it happened in this case too, but on occasion it didn't work out. But it's called The Lover's Token, another song I learned from the great Frank Hart, who sadly is no longer with us. I tune because you care. All right. So. Let's try that again. 1, 2, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. 1, 2. Down by the seaside, where the ships were a-sailing, I spied a fair maid. She was a weeping and wailing. I stepped up to her and said, "What is it now that grieves thee?" She answered me and said, "There is but one can relieve me. It's 7 long years since my love and I parted. He left me all alone on the shore, broken hearted. But he said he would return again if life has not deprived him. And in his absence I will mourn when death can release him." Your love and I fought under the one commander. We were fighting for Georgia like the great Alexander. But your lover, he received a shot from a far higher power, and there upon the spot he died that very same hour. But before your love died, Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to play for you here this evening and all day. We had a fantastic day, and I'd really like to thank our host, Jim Flannery. And of course, Laura as well, for working tirelessly and making it all happen. And there's lots of people actually buzzing around. There's volunteers, there's camera people, there's sound engineers, there's backstage hands. So them as well, thanks very much. As Rick said earlier, tonight was the first time, well, he didn't tell you that this is the first time the four of us were playing together officially. So I think it worked out well. What do you think? I enjoyed it anyway. So over on the fiddle here from Nashville, Tennessee, Henry Branagh, the fiddle. On the jaw harp and concertina and harmonica and vocals from Culver City, California, Mr. Rick Epping. And our Grammy Award winner here on the guitar, all the way from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Jordan McConnell.
And our shining star and lovely vocalist from Scarmogue, County Roscommon, Miss Cathy Jordan.
So, I said that louder than I expected. We're going to finish with some jigs. The first one is a jig. It's a song and a jig, and we're going to do the song and the jig incorporated. And then we're going to go into a very well-known tune called the Fox Hunters. And we're going to do it in G, and we're going to do it in A. And if there's any musicians down there that would like to join us for the Fox Hunter, speak now or forever hold your instrument. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
Time I stuck as my frog again, rocker a dog. That's the wrong key. Thank you. I'm not mad after all. Time I stuck as my frog again, rocker a dog. I stuck as my frog again, rocker a dog. I stuck as my frog again, rocker a dog. My napkin poke a blinks at you. Thank you very much. Thanks to all our guests this evening. Also, you're a pleasure to play to. We'll see you next time. Wrong seat. Huh? We could, I suppose. Do you know that one? Sure. C. Sorry, do you mind if we practice? Yeah, you know it?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. Right, well, we're going to do something completely different, but we'll do this one instead. It's I get asked often to sing at weddings, and the first time I was asked, they asked me to sing a nice traditional song there, you know, with the happy ending. I couldn't find one. Except this one. And this makes up for all the tragedy and all the rest of them. Boy meets girl, falls in love with girl, isn't good enough for girl, but gets her in the end, by God. There's a home by the white heaven moor that would sweep o'er the broad open sea, and wide rivers where the waves wash ashore, while small rushes they wave to the breeze, where the green ivy clings round the door, and the birds sweetly sing on each tree. Oh, me darling, they're tuning their notes. It's Saturday, Nino Sankey, like a sick man that longs for the dawn. I do long for the light of her smile, and I pray for my own Cardigan whilst I'm waiting for her by the stile. Oh, I climb all the hills of this land, and I swim on the depths of the sea to get one kiss from her lily white hand. Is Saturday, you know, Sunday. Go on there, Henry. of life. Through storm, through sunshine and rain, and I surely would venture my life for to shield her one moment from pain. For she been my comfort in life, though my comfort and joy she may be. She's my own, she is my promised wife. Is that and me no son cahe. Ah, but when I will call her my own, and 'tis married, we both then will be like the king and the queen on their throne. We'll be living in sweet unity. Oh, 'tis then I'll have a home of my own, and I'll rear up a nice family. Oh, 'tis then that her name will be known. But for Ireland, I won't tell her name.
Anything down there? Real?
Who's after Tom Bolton said, whatever you're comfortable with.
Tarbold? Yep.
That's
Turbolt and
Sailor's
Mine
Band.
is the first one.
Usual, yeah.
yeah, those
Sailor's
ones.
Band, it's E.
It's longer collector and then Sailor's Band. Well, the Sailor's Band's the last.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
Is it E, G, and D or
Yep.
E, D, and G?
E minor,
And yeah, and then to G to D.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds right, yeah.
You go ahead there. Thanks very much once again. It's been an absolute pleasure. I said it already. I'll be looking forward to the next time I play in Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks for having us. It's been fantastic.
Thanks a lot, folks. Thanks a million. So with three reels that are really popular around Sligo, popularised and further afield from Sligo by Michael Coleman's recordings. First one is called the Tarbolton, and then the Longford Collector is second, is it?
That's right, yeah.
And finishing off with the Sailor's Bonnet.
Kick them off there.
Come on, Fintan.
Safe home now. God bless.